Complex for this Tuesday. My name is Jaden Taylor. Alongside me tonight is Raj.
Any wind about 5 miles per hour heading, and we've got a dandy for tonight.
The South. They'll start it off with their time hitter for the tight spot. We'll see the pitcher, Human, at the order for Papillion-La Vista South. Will 12, Kerrigan Wonder this season. 38.2 innings. Side pitching staff has really lived by the
Metro Conference tournament back to the Beach Central. Jaden, they're in the middle part of the season, right? And things around as they
right now in the NSA wildcard standings. And this night, 1-0 pitch is fouled and out.
The tone of the game.
You know, he fouls another one off, and she's
one of the toughest outs in softball.
One deep down the left field line will go
there. Just a real shot down the left field line.
Is up, and even the count back up at 2-2. Count.
So important to fouled off a couple balls right. Now we've got full count.
That'll bring up the center fielder, Junior. Is hitting .381 on this season. Has 11 RBIs among her 6. But she'll get back to second in time.
Greg, the Titans are in scoring position here in the top of
the year. And is looking to maybe get an early run here.
Pitches that she likes, really work it on her at the plate.
This one lined into center field. Monty.
Ball went way out to left center, but the Warriors.
This one driven deep. And Claire Olery.
She got all of that one. And the Titans first inning.
That one was a shot off the bat, 300 feet. This one popped, and a no man's land will get early in a big way.
You know, it's so important. She's going to react after giving up a 2-run home.
About her 4-hole hitter, maybe helped herself out for the first inning. This one, ground ball of the inning, but the Titans, a 2-run shot from Claire Olery. About as we get into the bottom of the side, is talking about making a statement early. Something that we really just saw there with Papillion-La Vista South. Another big thing for them is going to be limit defensive miscues. We've seen this all season for the Warriors out of that last inning, but they're really going to need to change their ways going off for the rest of this game if they want to make this one. First pitch from Dworick high.
But it's so important here to answer what Pat.
Line in this season consistently been either 1 or 2 in the line. Is just outside and move the count to 3-0.
There, right down the pipe.
3-0 pitch is low, so Addie.
That's what you want, Jaden. You want to get that leadoff batter on base.
Second baseman. Stay at third.
The right field line. Ball came in. It would have been a close call.
Claire Olery at third was the one who threw that down, but was the one that had to be able to make the play and be able to just get it home in time as she looks at the first pitch in there for a strike.
This season, much more patient. The Warriors play
1-1 pitch here coming from Jordan. At third, and a little dribbler.
Over there at third base, it was almost like she shoved her off the bag. It was that close, but Addie opportunity for the Warriors.
So that'll bring up the catcher, Alexis Cornett. First pitch is with just 1 out.
Yeah, 1 out now, but still runners on second and third base.
The pitch is dribbled over to the second baseman, McGuire, bottom of the first.
Well, that's great. You just won.
The big swing there. She has been hot this season. Top hitters for this team has been consistent all year. This one driven into and up double for Kim.
Really hit that ball strong. 2-all.
He looks at the first pitch outside for Ad. She was a home run.
Old beat.
Barshbang with 12.
I think she liked that pitch. Just swung a.
2 pitches up there for.
There's a lot more patient this time.
She needed him. We talked about that first pitch. At third, but Ellie, number 28, is 7 on the.
Here, opportunity to take the lead. Won't get it really hard. She was at.
So we talked about the 2 so far here in the first. 2 runners in the scoring position.
Sir.
But 7 batters come to the live. We'll get you more action. Ball over to Addie line and throw on.
Second inning for the Warriors. Just a nice play at short.
Warwick. 4-1. So big thing that we. As they do a triple throw is not in. A 1-out triple.
Great base running for Papillion. They've got a runner at third.
6. Avery Hinkle. Line drive into the 5-6 hole. Titans here in the top of the second.
Answer here.
So the runner at first, it'll bring up the first.
The second inning.
For Olery with a 2. Goodness gracious, that thing just kept.
Ball out to right field. They've had 2 balls.
And a 2-0 pitch leads to 3-0.
On first wave from the catcher. And now
it's been an offensive scoring position. Throw will be cut off.
Another sharp hit across the plate, and they've expanded.
And our fielder, Layla Fiscus. She's right to the glove, Ellie Bar. The Titans look like Barsh.
Not a hitting clinic here in the second.
The Warriors do have 9.2 innings pitched. He also has a 2-5 record on the pitcher who has somewhat struggled this season. Solid contact has really been what these Titans have been
to the plate and swinging on the first pitch.
Taylor Gregory. This is Cornett. Big swing.
It's a big out for the Warriors there, a strikeout, and now the kind of give her some fresh life. You know, you got to keep it closer. The Titans are going to break.
6 earned runs, 8 does end up coming in here with.
As a pitcher,
a lot of solid hitters that are. These weren't pitches tonight, and I think Edith 2 or 3 pitches that you can see. It'll be up high.
Out there on the mound here. And
score with 5 runs. And Nolan loses, especially after her first.
More runs on the scoreboard.
Again. Pitch is in there. First. Jaden
was off. Wasn't kind of like
Nolan
yeah.
had got dropped third strike. 16 Assen Butte.
No.
Early in her debut. Side, she is not going
to. There at the plate. Just
make the play is Alexis easy, especially when they're right.
And sometimes you overrun it.
With 2, 3-1 pitch is 7th pitch of the AB. And Nolan trying to keep this one barreling up.
Balls that could have been home runs.
2 outs and it'll load the bases.
Lead and bases loaded.
Dover over there at first base. So Nolan.
Shayla Warwick really taking her time at the plate.
Deep down left field line and will go out of play. Foul. For another home run call.
Yeah.
And they're barreling these ones up, but.
Well, you could have seen
it. This one driven into the right center gap. And a play is made out there in right field. Kaylin Harp able to range to her right and end the inning. Second. So to lead it off for Westside, right after making a great play for the first, have found themselves in a hole.
Well, that catch has got to give her a lot of confidence after she made the big play of the game for the Warriors right there.
The season is hitting .267 with a .389 on base percentage. And needs to get something going here for the Warriors. Although the defense hasn't been able to help them out as much, the offense has been a lot more disciplined.
Absolutely. Big difference.
This one driven might be a but that'll bring up the number 9 hitter for the Warriors, the center fielder, Monty Furman. If she sees the first pitch at her chin for ball 1.
It'd be nice for the Warriors.
2 straight ABs. Abby Dworick has found herself down 2-0 early. And we've seen both Furman with those two, especially when you have that 1-9 connection. It's not always about having someone you don't always feel confident with at walks on 4 straight pitches. That'll bring up the top of the lineup for the Warriors. Like we mentioned, number 1, the
at the plate. Not one swing there by on the scoreboard to answer what the Titans did at the top of the inning.
At the bottom of the second, especially up 5. I mean, it's definitely not something that's out of reach for the Warriors.
Yeah, take her down in the count. Let the pitcher do all the work.
And foul back from line, and they're leaving the count back up at 1-1. 24 slugging percentage. She's relying lining with a 1-out single in the 5-6 hole. And keeps the train.
Jaylee Connors hit a bunt, advanced the runner over to second base. Really helped the Warriors get on the.
Been consistent for this team and trying to get a lot like Lynan and Furman. We've really seen these not always about those big hits, especially when you're down 5. Consistently being able to put the ball in play, allow your offense, and allow the opponent.
Papio South in a conference on the 5 runs, and it's a critical point in the game for them with 2 runners on.
Just been pieced up throughout the night. The Titans have been aggressive and have found the barrel a lot tonight for needs to. 1-0 pitch coming here to Conyers is outside for ball 2.
Conyers only a sophomore, but she's up there, number 2 in the batting
season. Does have 3 doubles if they wanted. Was that Conyers had the green light there? Not very much.
No, I don't think so. I think with.
And able to make the play at first. Definitely not what the Warriors needed there, especially bringing up with 2 outs.
A sharp ball over to third base. A sharp ball over there, but Papio South was able to make the out.
Unhappy with herself.
Yeah, she knew it right away. She goes, "What am I doing, swinging at that thing in the dirt?"
For the Warriors, trying
anything outside the zone.
1-2 pitch coming here. Dworick trying to get out with that.
Key point in the game right here for the Warriors with 2 runners on base, trying to get back.
Finds herself getting behind in these counts here in the second inning. Beautiful pitch right there. Abby, I won't even buckle my ankles. Television will be back in the top of the 3rd. Katie Nolan trying to get a goose egg on the board. Katie Nolan was a ball off here in the top of the 3rd.
The ball well, got
in foul territory. Off.
Yeah, she's so quick over there. She was.
Excuse me,
Confidence coming up in here with nobody on base. It's so important to get ahead of the hitter.
Corners, so Katie Nolan trying to crawl herself back. Pitch coming from Nolan. Actually early in counts. Nope.
Sunset here coming at the ball field. The lights are on. A little tough to see.
Here from Nolan.
Jaden, I always felt when you played baseball and it was twilight.
Especially out here, I think it might be a little bit easier than Westside's baseball field because you have the building, the Hillside Complex. It might be a little bit easier for the softball players.
Yeah.
Of the order for the Titans, it'll be the shortstop, number 7, Baylor Gregory. We really saw an even game, especially in the first. Answer back with 2 singles and a double in the bottom of the 5 runs. And are looking to possibly add some more here in the top of the 3rd. Throw back to first, not in
board, but not to score there in the 2nd inning.
I mean, talk about how important this pitch is going to be, especially possibly putting another run, make the play, and a big out there for Katie Nolan here in the 3rd.
Base hit when you walk the batter. That's what coaches have always told me is that, you know.
Layla Fiscus, the first pitch is up for a ball. And I think one thing that might be meant twisted her mindset to try to work the corners a little bit as she has.
That the batter needs to make and we've got a conference on the mound to try to determine.
Be talking about how her defense needs to make plays. So you got to lay out in these any kind of hit going into the field. You got to be able to put your body.
More difficult than it is. You've got a chance to make the play and get out of the
100 on the year coming into tonight, but is 0-2 on the night with the corner. But Nolan might have got to get me over pitch.
Yeah, the coach might have told her.
So Nolan, although we saw her initially kind of missing low, has started to really miss high in her last couple at-bats.
Well, she's second when Papia was just more like a hit parade.
A pop-up into no man's land out in left center field. It's going to drop. Throw goes to 3rd. The thing is, well, there might be a conference. See what they want to call. Edis is to left field to throw to 3rd rather than home. There was no definitely in time. It really just came down.
Conference right now, just deciding, and it's safe. Tag.
That's the only thing I could have seen as well.
Think of because
the throw was on time. It looked like she had popped here in scoring position now, and the Warriors are now down 8-2.
But a great throw there from
Nolan. This one driven into center field. 1 run's gonna. The Titans put up 3 runs here in the top of the 3rd and are looking to continue that.
And now it's a 10-2 ball game.
Abby Dwork looks at the first pitch inside. 2 for 2 on the day with a 2-run shot and a 2 RBI single right there.
Wait for the batter. You got to love it.
Bounces up off the ground and I think spooked.
Trying to pick the runner off at the base.
2-1 pitch coming here is. I've had 4 straight batters come to the plate with 2 outs.
Well, that's about the 5th foul ball that Papio South has hit tonight that could have been a home run.
The pitching staff getting behind in counts.
Katie Nolan deep into the count here.
Driven deep into right field and able to make the play in right is Kaylin. The Titans in the top of the 3rd and Westside. Down 8 in the bottom of the 3rd. We'll have Alexis Cornett, the catcher, started. You just need to chip away.
Well, they started off here with the number 4 batter in the order.
Strike. Cornett on the season. This one driven deep into left field and over the head to start off the 3rd. And the Westside
Second base, a great start for the Warriors here in the bottom of the 3rd to try to.
Second, it'll be Annabelle Noonan, a sophomore. Warriors back. First pitch is low. Dumas, like we mentioned in the last game, clicking up against Omaha Central.
Well, she had that big double in the first inning. Wants one. Look for one that she likes.
But especially with the heart of the order for the Warriors. So Dwork once again for 3 straight innings is this one. Grounded over to 3rd, throw on to first is in out of the inning.
Just a nice defensive play there by Papio South. Caught the ball on the bounce.
Start off the count. And Barshbank, like we heard so much this season, and the fact that she's really just play a hard mindset both in games and in practices. The count to 1-2.
That went back. She kind of looked up in the air like, why did I?
Number 28.
Don't want to leave that runner stranded out.
I want to correct myself there. Double lead off from Cornett as the A wide open right center gap here. Right, and 1 run will come in to score.
You noticed it, Jaden, the big gap out there in right center of it, and they get back on the scoreboard here.
It's exactly what they needed, just being able to fielder, Kaylin Harp.
Warriors trying to rally here in the bottom of the
A ball low. Harp, although has not been the biggest factor for 1-1 pitch is outside. Playing the Warriors very pull heavy.
Take advantage of that opportunity again here.
We're on the base pass here with 2 outs. And fielder number 17, Monty Furman.
They know this is a chance for the Warriors to get back, and they've done a good job so far in this game.
They've been trying to nip and budge at the ends of the position to where you really want to allow your deep.
Well, I think she thought she might.
Went back. The throw came from Buman. So
Bunts are so hard to get here.
She creeps, and the 1-1. Very unlikely to see that Titans, and a swing and a miss. Furman 1 run here in the bottom of the 3rd. We'll head to the top. Looking at our Dunkin Trivia Question of the game. A team has the 2nd most state tournament appearances. Once again, hashtag Dunkin Trivia replied to Westside Wired. That tweet will be out here in a moment. Hashtag Dunkin Trivia with the correct answer will give you a $10 gift card to any Dunkin Donuts in the Omaha Metro and Council Bluffs area. Out of state tournament appearances, 1 is in Class A, 1 is in Class B.
I've got it.
Make the play for the first out of the inning. And Nolan.
Yeah, great to set the tone here in the top of the 4th inning with an out. Great catch up.
Second base, but Jaylee Conyers able to make the play right behind second for the 2nd out of the.
Jaden, that's a pitcher's dream.
And able to make the play at the fences with 3 quick outs. It's a 4-pitch inning.
That lasted about 90 seconds, I'm telling you. That's the way.
Warriors down 7, and your defense and your little close, a little bit off my down at 10-3 here.
And you got to wonder what kind of impact that's going to have on the steps and right. Boom, she's right back out there in the. Big opportunity here for the Warriors at the top of the order.
Here to start off the game in this game. Watsaba trying to get something going here for the Warriors. We talk about being the Warriors trying to crawl back. This one.
Just a little dribbler off the plate.
So that'll bring up Jaylee Conyers up there and a ball.
After sunset now, and
like that call, but it evens up the count at 1. Outside pitches to where what he might call 2-1 pitch coming here to Conyers.
Have had runners in scoring position, and then they've ended 2 innings on strikeouts, and that's been critical for Westside in this game. They've had those missed.
Right field, able to make the play out in right. Warwick on the right center field.
That's just a great play by the right fielder. She got a good.
So that'll bring up Michelle Watsaba after a couple swings that she definitely wanted to have back.
Yeah, she's trying to redeem herself here in the bottom of the 4th.
1-1 for a ball. Dworick, although really, and another swing and a miss from Watsaba. She was balanced by mixing in a lot of different pitches.
She's found her groove definitely here.
The Westside will have a base runner here with another power threat. Does have the 1 run from last inning, a double in the 4th. First pitch is low for ball 1.
This time up with bat. Cornette's the vocal leader of this team behind the plate. She really,
is in the dirt once again. Dworick might getting a little bit of jitters here with a runner on. We talk about Cornette overall. I mean, you talk about how the tone for this team mentally as well as emotionally.
Yeah, the best part of her is that you know, she kind of sets the tone for her teammates. She gets a big hit, the other player.
She drives this one fly ball into center field and able to make the play out there. The Warriors trying to stop the damage here, down 10-3. Back here in the top of the fifth, Papillion South up 10-3 on Westside. The Warriors help her out.
Let's hope she has a repeat of the last inning where she only threw about 5 pitches and was out of.
9-1-2 for Papillion South here in the top of the fifth. And Nolan, I mean, we can talk about both Nolan and Wonder here tonight, but they've really struggled in 2 different ways. So 2 straight innings, Furman is forced to race back behind her, able to make a running catch once again.
It's been just the opposite.
Low for a ball. Like we talked about with Nolan and for Wonder, they kind of have struggled, like not been able to get some swing and misses here and there, but she's been leaving them somewhat too much. Papillion South, as this one is popped up over to Cadence Dumas in foul territory, and she's able to make the play.
Whatever Nolan is throwing out there on the mound, really.
All of them have been within the first 3 pitches of the AB. And that'll be the 2-hole hitter for a great stretch from Dumas at first. So back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings from Katie Nolan to reach back in this one, down 10-3. First pitch to Cadence Dumas is fouled back for Claire Olery. Started off the affair with a 2-run home run in the top of the first, but then the Titans blew it open in the top of the second with 5 runs. We've seen 3 straight goose eggs on the board as we're in the bottom of the 5th now.
Here with another big hit to the outfield.
A big swing and miss there from Dumas. She's not happy to. 2-2 pitch is low, and it'll move the count to full. 3-2 pitch is fouled back, so Dumas once again, especially back in the third, I think we really.
And the Warriors get off to a good start here with a walk to start the inning.
Now batting number 20, Ellie Mark.
Westside, like we've been talking about, really just needs to chip away here in the fifth. The first out of the inning.
Big high fly ball to right field.
Papillion
South was able to get
one out. That'll bring up the third baseman, number 28, Isabel. Final in right. Is able to bring in a run for the Warriors. More of an open gap in right center than left center. Swings and shakes.
At the plate, get it out there, try to knock in a. Yeah, she's in a hole now, 0-2, and really needs to be.
This one, fly it in no man's land out in center field. Able to make the play in center is Layla Fiscus. A sliding attempt there. The great play out there in center from Fiscus for the second out. With 2 outs to bring up the right fielder, Kaylin Hart. They like to do a lot of plays.
Here on the diamond, and
back to first is not in time to try to pick back.
Outfield on fly balls, but the Warriors outs with 1 runner on base over there at first.
And once again, Westside, like we talked about, discipline has really worked a lot of counts here today.
But they haven't been able to produce at the plate, and there we have another strikeout to end the inning.
Beautiful pitch once again. Side field will head to the top of the 6th. Titans will lead off with number 11, the 3-hole hit, consistently matching up. Grace McGuire, their top hitter, is somewhat
scoreless innings, and really she's only faced 6 batters in the last 2 innings. That's real.
Both these Warriors pitchers have really relied on being able to feed onto
pitching, beat you, let the batter, your deep
best stuff. It's a really good philosophy to best of your abilities and the best control of your pitches.
Yeah, Katie's done behind her just to make a play. And they've done it here, especially in the outfield, making some big catches.
So the Titans able to get a leadoff base runner here in the top of the 6th.
Now batting number 13, Claire Euler.
Here today. Started off this game with a shot off the bat.
And I think
probably been heard for another couple of fields around here.
Yeah, and I think it was the first pitch she faced. She just took it and turned.
And worked the contact to be able to get the first out of the inning.
Now
that's big.
Number 20, Abby Dort.
Pitching-wise here tonight, has mixed results here hitting.
In this ball game, has done a masterful job on the mound. She's really done very well.
And Dort
at the plate with a 7-run lead.
Could not hurt, especially how we've seen the West Side. Nolan finds herself down the count once again, 2-1. It's interesting to see, especially, we've seen it a lot West Side defensively there with a wide open gap in the middle of the field. Connection to where a lot of times, especially if you have a runner at first and have the ability to back. We really haven't seen that here tonight.
Yeah, and Katie Nolan just about got her head taken off there on a line.
First pitch is inside and a ball. 1-0 pitch coming here from Nolan. This one driven deep and Camp under that one in.
5 balls, made some key outs for the Warriors.
Outs, trying to add some more insurance here for the and the Titans add 2 more here.
I feel line right there and just run lead.
And a beautiful hit. I mean, just able to push the line. Exactly what you want with 2.
And about the only big hit for the
It's a small collision at the plate. Seems like Warwick was okay. Papio South fans out and left, and she was denied. With the Titans tack on 2 more here in the top of the 6th after a Warwick right field line. Class A state tournament every year in its 28-year history. What Class A team has the second most state tournament appearances?
Leading off for your Warriors.
I'm Marion as the team in Class A, and I'm going with Lincoln Pius X.
Incorrect on both.
Oh, no!
Marion is third. Marion is third among Class A teams. Second is Millard South with their normal dominance this year, but are once again among the top 10 teams in the state trying to get to the state tournament.
Well, that was my thought. Millard South, Steve Kirkman, the head coach there for the Patriots. He's done a great job in his years at Millard South. That was my other team I was thinking of. But
for anybody truly to beat Papillion-La Vista, consistently they have been the team that has just drowned out all other competition here in Class A. But the team in Class B that you might not have thought of, I didn't even think of this team in any way.
yeah,
Normally I'm just going to think of Scott because Scott just blows out everybody in every sport in Class B. But then you also have Beatrice, who has been to the state tournament 20 years. Furman throw on to first is in time. So Ullery kind of laughing at herself, short on the west side, down to their final 2 outs. They'll bring up the top of the lineup in number 1, Addie Linen. And the Titans here tonight have just been pouring it on Offord zone, especially these last 2 innings.
yeah, she really looked strong out on the mound. You know, you thought she might, her strength might decrease a little here in the.
So Westside down to their final out here in the bottom of the 6th.
Now batting number 2, Jaden Conyers.
Jaden, even though the Warriors have only scored 3 runs tonight, I've just positives to come out of this game.
So Conyers will look at the first pitch from Dworick for ball 1. However, I think one thing that you might be able to give those 2 innings for were especially more the defensive play, maybe rather than her pitching.
Yeah, when she came in the game, there were runners on base, and the fact that they scored years ahead of her where she's going to be a really good pitcher.
The 2 pitchers that we've seen here tonight and seen all season, 2/3, allowed for 6 earned runs.
And the other fact is that the Warriors started 7 underclassmen. It looks bright. I mean, they've got some players, they've got some hitters. Their defense has improved immensely.
Bring up Michelle Watsaba, and that pitch goes to the backstop, and Conyers. Innings would be in effect here in the 6th. However, 2 runs would be able to bring us to the 7th inning.
Trying to keep this game alive.
And Watsaba has shown a lot of power here. So is flied out of play. Move the count to 2-1.
Warriors just trying to make a statement here in the final inning.
Popped up and just hits the net foul. Friday for football instead of softball. It'll be another really great matchup. The Warriors trying to kind of find their rhythm a little bit, especially after a big scare up against Papio last week.
Yeah, that was a good game. I mean, Warriors can really squeeze that game out.
For this Westside softball team, they got a really busy week. Is this one, that one, goodbye, see you later. A 3-2 home run for Michelle Watsaba. Her first home run of the night, and that one.
The dark skies here at Westside Field, and it goes off the scoreboard. Just a great lift for this team.
Especially for someone like Michelle Watsaba, who has come from Ullery. That one was gone off the bat.
Yeah, there was no.
This one off. So as of right now, we will be heading to a 7th inning with that 2-run shot. So Westside.
Yeah, Abby Cornett up there at the plate right now, the team leader, the vocal leader of this team. She's out there trying to keep this team alive for the next inning.
The 3rd run of the game for the Warriors, and she looks at a 1-1 pitch high.
Notice how at the plate going to bat. Yeah, I think she wanted that one really bad.
Get out of this inning with any more damage, and that one hits Cornett.
Now the Warriors keeping it alive here
Doric especially not happy with herself. Still with a really comfortable lead in sits again.
Yeah, it's been up and down. It's kind of like a roller.
Dumas with the signal to right field. Noonan, the sophomore, that came in for Cornett. The coaching staff for
the inning, they want her to finish it, with confidence and finish out this game.
It's big to settle down, find your composure. A home run here would definitely make this one Ellie Barshbang, up to bat. Papio Sal's coaching staff was not happy at that one. Well, even up the count back at is inside, so Barshbang finds herself.
He wants
2-1 up. So looking over here, talking with the coach. So Dworak loads the bases, right center gap, or say really the ending of this one. Dworak trying to get out of this inning. For how well she's done against the Warriors is really how Field able to make.
Strong hit, nice driving.
So Westside able to keep this game, trying to add some final insurance. Here at Westside Field, Warriors down 12 strong innings.
Katie trying batters for her.
The 9-hole hitter now for Jensen, and although we have
strong as the top of the order, all through the order.
We're in Papillion-La Vista at Papillion-La Vista tomorrow. Then they'll go up against Omaha.
Well, facing Papillion-La Vista, one of the best teams with the biggest tradition, and saw what the Monarchs have done through the years.
Full count pitch here is up and high.
Great pitchers for Papio. Peaches James went on to Nebraska, became an.
You've talked about her. You can talk all day about great player after great player.
They not only have and they've not only been lucky, but they've that whole school and what they've done.
At the track in right field, once again.
All of them have been playing almost on the warning track, and they haven't, been it to the fence.
So one out here with a runner on first, especially looking more at this weekend. We talked about how this team is really needing to get a boost up there, but especially in how much those wild card points mean when we come to games like this. They mean so much.
Maybe out of it, you're down by 7 runs, but you get a 2-run homer off. Last time I was at bat, that just helps your confidence, and to happen in October.
That'd be 1-2 count here with 1 out. I think not really able to capitalize on all their big opportunities. The biggest things to grow possibly the rest of this year, get consistent leadership.
Season, getting some home runs. If they're able to do that,
it'll be
here for Katie to just get out of the inning. And the Warriors will come up in the bottom of the 7th.
Down
2 in the last inning off a 2-run homer. Maybe
the number 8 hitter